Yeah, we are. Hang on.
Yeah.
Everybody's attention, please. I call to order the Torch Lake Township Special Board Meeting of November 3rd, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Would you join me in saying the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The primary purpose of this meeting is to discuss the agenda items listed below. Any additional business must be approved by a vote if all members of the board are present. All members are not present, therefore there can be no additional business proposed. Reviewing the housekeeping items, as always, there will be 2 opportunities for citizen comments. I will be requesting individuals stay within the 4 minutes in both citizen comment sections and would appreciate everyone keeping their points concise. I would request that comments are made respectfully to the board. We are here to discuss the township's business. Citizen comments should pertain to specific issues, concerns, or policies they would like to bring to the board's attention. For the record, Policy 2.0 has specific guidelines for the citizens addressing the board and its individual members. No name calling or personal attacks. No shouting, abusive, threatening, or disparaging language will be accepted. Engaging in this type of conversation will require the supervisor to request the individual to return to their seat. To respect everyone's time, I strongly urge the board not to respond to public comments, but address them in the board comments section. Sometimes this is difficult, but this is not a debating stage between citizens and board members. We have township business to conduct, and it is required that we do that effectively. If there needs to be a follow-up from the board, I will direct the appropriate person to reach out to that individual. The documents on the website are aligned to the items on the agenda. These are draft documents to provide background information only. Motions were drafted to help the board more quickly get to the final wording and vote on the respective motions. The final motion may look different to reflect the actual action taken by the board. Prior to having public comment, I just wanted to draw everyone's attention. The package in the back is a revised package. We have removed the referendum petition on M88. I will explain the purpose of that when we get to the new items. And we have put on there the motion to move the Board of Review December meeting. Our assessor will not be available, so we'll have to change that by resolution. So the first item on the agenda then for the will be the approval of public comments. I'm sorry. Any public comments? Kathy? You got one, I think.
I have one. Is it for now, Randy, or for the end?
For the end, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, no other comments? Okay, moving to approving the agenda. I have changes I would ask the board to consider. At your desk, I've placed what the changes will look like so it's easier to follow. I would like to remove item 6, which is the referendum on M88. We received an email from an attorney at 5:53 p.m. last night. I did not see it until 9 p.m. So I just happened to log in, and I know a couple of our board members did not see it until today. The lawyer proposed we make a specific decision. He indicated he represented a group called Torch Lake Township Citizens for a Representative Government. I've held preliminary discussions with Todd and will need some additional time to evaluate the request/commentary of this attorney. Therefore, I want to pull this item and I will place it on the agenda for the regular board meeting on November 16th. The township will continue verifying names on the petitions, and we continue to receive individuals wishing to remove their names from those petitions. I would like to add an item as the replacement of item 6, making this request is from the assessor, as I mentioned. We need to move the current date of our December Board of Review meeting. I have no other changes. Anyone on the board have changes?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
To approve with changes.
To approve the motion with agenda with changes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jason. It is moved and seconded to accept the agenda as presented with changes. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No one. So we move to item number 4 on the agenda. Finally, our search has ended for an ordinance enforcement officer. We've only been looking for a year or so. So I will make the motion to approve the hiring of Robert Hawkins as the Torch Lake Township Ordinance Enforcement Officer effective November 8th, 2021 at $30 per hour. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kathy. It's been moved and seconded to approve the hiring of Robert Hawkins as the Torch Lake Township Ordinance Enforcement Officer effective November 8th, 2021 at $30 per hour. Any discussion? And I will start that. I'll be working with both Bob and Sarah to develop a work schedule, and we will do another review of the job description. We approved the last job description when we moved the rate from $20 to $30 back in April. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Yep.
I pulled the job description off the website. You said April.
Yeah, the one on the website is the old 2015.
Correct.
I had sent it to Bob, but
Okay.
I may
My
not
only
have gotten it
questions
to
were
him in
the
time.
employment hours on call is needed from May 15th to October 15th.
right.
So there will be updated. We're going to hire before we update the job description then?
Well, the job description is fine as is on the April one, which has the 35 hours between the dates of May and September, and then it's fluctuating after that. So it's more job content. We have a couple of things in there that might be more applicable now to the deputy
Okay, I need
zoning
to,
administrator.
I'll need to pull that, get
Yeah.
that one. Okay,
I think I had sent it out with the packages.
job
in the email,
description?
The job. If not, did I? I thought I had.
No,
If
because
not-
I looked for it and I didn't
All
find
right.
it, so I went to the
Not the job
website and found
Well,
it.
I've got, I have them. I'll make copies for you.
Okay,
Any other comments?
so it will be as needed then. These dates are flexible dates in here then.
Yes.
Because it's a
as,
seasonal thing and,
Yeah, so the description on April 20th, 2021 was $30 per hour as needed for seasonal hours up to 35 hours per week from June 15th through September 10th. Intermittent work hours September 11th through June 14th or as needed in conjunction with the zoning administrator. The responsibilities are pretty much the same, but
Okay.
as I was going through them, as I said, I think there might be some things we need to change. If we make them, we'll bring them back to the board for approval
okay, because this one was 25 hours and you're talking
Right.
35
during that period, June 15th
during
through
that period,
September
okay.
10th.
Yeah, because in the wintertime it's slower. obviously.
Absolutely.
Okay,
No question. Any other discussion or questions?
so I'll get a copy of that then.
Yep. All right, if no further discussion, Kathy, would you have a roll call vote, please?
I will, Bob.
Yes?
Excuse me, Alan is absent. Jason,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes,
and Kathy votes yes. This resolution motion, I'm sorry, passes 4-0.
All right.
Yay.
All right, we'll move to item 5. I will make the motion to approve resolution 2021-29 to extend resolution 2021-25 for an additional 30 days expiring December 8th, 2021. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2021-29 to extend Resolution 2021-25 for an additional 30 days, expiring December 8th, 2021. The reason for this is the Planning Commission needs enough time to post a notice for a public hearing, which will take place near the end of November. And that will give them time then to meet before the December 8th deadline to act on any changes they may or may not decide to do. Any other questions? If not, hearing none, Kathy, would you please proceed with a roll call vote?
I will. All right, Bob, you're first again.
Yes.
Alan is absent. Jason,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes.
and myself, I will say yes. And this motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, Board. We'll now move to the revised number 6 for the agenda approved. I will make the motion to approve Resolution 2021-31 to set an alternate date for the December 2021 Torch Lake Township Board of Review from Tuesday, December 14th to Thursday, December 16th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2021-31 to set an alternate date for the December 21 Torch Lake Township Board of Review from Tuesday, December 14th to Thursday, December 16th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Is there any questions?
I don't seem to find that resolution. Excuse me. Is it stapled in our packet or?
He handed it out.
I handed it out. I'll give you mine.
How sweet you are.
This one here.
No, I have this one.
That's what it is.
Well, that's-
2021-30.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine.
So the motion was made by
Cook.
and seconded by
Schultz.
Schultz.
Yeah, I see why that's my fault. This was going to be 31. It should be 30.
Okay,
I mean, we could leave it 31, but
So is this motion 30 or 31?
yeah, it should be motion 30
30, yes.
to go in order. The other motion, the other resolution was going to be 30 and it isn't, so.
okay.
All right, so with that change, any other discussion? If not, Kathy, would you proceed with a roll call vote?
I will. Mr. Cook,
Yes?
Wendy Yates says yes. Mr. Martell would be absent. And Mr. Merchant,
Yes.
Ms. Schultz.
Yes.
So this resolution is passed 4-0.
All right, thank you, Board. We will now entertain public comments, and I think there was only one person.
We have Mr. Bishop.
Randy Bishop with Special Drive. Appreciate the time to talk this evening. As a trained petition circulator, I have circulated petitions for the state of Michigan on statewide citizen-led petition drives. And just to bring to your attention to make sure proper inquiries are made and that it's researched properly. Number one, the attorney you mentioned, Mr. Supervisor, had contacted you and referenced a group. As elected officials, you're entitled to know from that attorney exactly who they represent, because the name doesn't really mean anything. Who retained them, who specifically do they represent? Because in the event it is determined that there was criminal intent in circulating the petition, that is prosecutable under our laws. Individuals step forward and make representations that they were told certain things or some people claim that they were told it was about development on 31 regarding Dollar General. Or maybe another individual made a statement that it was regarding the airport. But in fact, it had to do with M88 with regards to a rezoning situation. That's fraudulent misrepresentation on the circular. And if they read the language where they sign as circulator, it says very clearly it's punishable by law. Perjury. False pretenses to solicit a signature. So I just wanted to make sure the board's fully aware of that, so that when you enter into these discussions with the attorney and those individuals, that you're fully aware of what our laws say. The other thing, my FOIA request, we have a meeting on Monday. I will be getting approval, hopefully, for the funding required.
Okay.
That at that point, I'll respond in writing to your email that you had previously sent to me. But for the record, I would like to point it out that Mr. Martell's phone records were not part of IT right and are still delinquent.
Yep.
And bringing that to your attention. So,
Yep.
thank you very much for your time.
I'll address it at board comment.
And when is the next full board meeting?
It's the 16th.
16th. I'll have the decision by my group on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Randy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Board comment.
Public, don't you?
Well, we did public comment. We only had one individual,
Oh,
so.
That's him, just him.
So Kathy?
I'll postpone my comments after I hear from the board.
Oh, you want to go last?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Sharon?
I have none.
Jason? All right. Usually the supervisor goes last, Kathy, but I'll
I'll
acknowledge you
defer.
this time.
I just was debating whether this was the time to talk about the resolution that we are postponing, because I have comments about it. Nothing negative, just some statistics, but I can hold those statistics until November 16th for our
Yep.
regular meeting.
That's kind of what we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right, my comments is, there's a letter to the editor that was sent to the Antrim Review. I got a phone call from a reporter requesting a comment related to that. I've indicated to them that my comments are going to be made tonight, and they can listen to them. The letter is from a Barbara Boudros, a member of the Torch Lake Township Planning Commission. I will read it and then supply my comments. Group of citizens filed a petition for a referendum to subject a rezoning decision of the township board to a vote of the people. The township has fought this action every step of the way. The supervisor and one of the trustees have challenged the petitions and slandered the circulators. The clerk has failed to perform her duty to count and verify the petition signatures. The people who signed the petitions have been contacted to withdraw their signatures. The action of the township has been undemocratic and an affront to the citizens of the township, who have a constitutional and statutory right to submit a township board zoning decision to the voters for them to accept or reject. So I'm going to take it a piece at a time. The township has fought that action every step of the way. There's no explanation as to how, and until proven otherwise, it's a misstatement. The supervisor and one of the trustees have challenged the petitions and slandered the circulators. Please visit our website to the recording of our last board meeting of October 16th. The last 10 minutes will include my board comments related to this subject matter. Slander is a powerful word to be thrown around. She is in fact one of the circulators. She does not explain how she arrived at slander for her commentary. I will let the community review the recording and come to their own conclusion. I have not challenged the petitions. I have asked our township attorney to review them to ensure they meet statutory requirements. It is the township's responsibility to ensure all items related to the referendum meet the standards required by our state. The clerk has failed to perform her duty to count and verify the petition signatures. To our knowledge, and input from the MTA legal team, there is no specific timetable for reviewing and approving signatures for a referendum. The township was told that we had to meet the deadline for submitting ballot requests to the county clerk in time to make the next general election. That came from the Antrim County Clerk. The people who signed the petitions have been contacted to withdraw their signatures. She did not indicate by whom, but they could have said the Vermeers. The property owners who felt there was something not right with how the petitions were presented to the citizens, and that they have a constitutional right to see if people feel disenfranchised and have the option to withdraw their names. They have every right to do that, which is the same right that people that put forth a petition in the referendum. The action of the township has been undemocratic and an affront to the citizens of the township, who have a constitutional and statutory right to submit a township board zoning decision to the voters for them to accept or reject. I absolutely agree. I have no opposition to that. But constitutional and statutory rights flow both ways. The township is allowing all that activity to play out. All the recent meetings are on the website, both the Planning Commission and the board. We have archived them so that people can go back and watch and listen to the dialogue and make their own decisions in reference to these charges. Make the motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The meeting is hereby adjourned.
Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, I gotta tell you, I really appreciate you reading that because there was no letter from the editor.
That's fine. What I got,
There was an
Barbara,
email that
Barbara.
sent them.
Barbara, I got an email showing that you had sent it to the editor of the paper, and I got a phone call from them. Now, as far as I'm
I did,
concerned,
But not because it
Well-
was gonna be a letter to the editor. It was
Well-
to make them aware of something that's going on in this township that should not be going on.
well, they
Why
took
don't
that
you talk to
letter.
your attorney about where we're at with this whole thing? You might want to confirm with them what your role is. Your role is not to dissect the language of the petition. Kathy's duty is to verify the signatures and move those petitions on.
Barbara, I'm happy to have that dialogue anytime you want, but our attorney will be here at the next meeting. You can bring your comments to citizen comment. It's very simple. You're more than free to speak at citizen comment, Barbara.
I know, and
All right.
I'm doing that.
I'm
You didn't-
not surprised.
I didn't know you were gonna make